Hi, I'm Cody Smith, and I am sitting in my 1964 Mercury Monterey convertible that I just upgraded the radio in. And this video is about how to remove the radio, what changes I made, and how it works now. And what I changed from was the stock factory radio, and I spent several $100s to have, no cutscene, the stock factory radio. And I actually spent more to keep it that way. Now, I didn't do the work myself. I sent the radio out to a company called MCR Conversions, and they took the stock internal AM components and converted this to AM, FM, Bluetooth, auxiliary, and I mean, there's a microphone up here. It has all sorts of bells and whistles, but doesn't look like it, is what I wanted. Also, it was playing out of one sad single speaker, and I can't believe that thing still made noise because, my God, look at it. It's only connected at maybe 20% of the perimeter. So now I have a dual voice coil speaker here and two under the seats, and I will go through all that with you. All right, I'm sending my radio into MCR Conversions to get AM, FM, Bluetooth, USB, and auxiliary all added inside the factory Mercury radio, which means I need to get it out. To start with, I have removed the ashtray by pulling it out. Then you pull up a bit on the ashtray, it comes out, and then there's just 4 screws. That's pretty easy. Then to get the radio out, we're just going to pull the knobs. Once we have the knobs off, you can see 7/16 deep socket. We'll turn those out, and then there's one more in the back to get to. And here it is out of the car, where you can get a little better view of what it takes to get it out. As you can see, that's it's held on the front with those 2 9/16. And then in the back, this is a 7/16 nut that we pull off for a little bracket. Then with the ashtray out, you can pull the radio down just far enough to get these 2 connectors out. And actually, before you get any of that out, you can just pull the antenna out of this side. And this is also easier to show with the radio out. Here's the speaker cover. So when this lays on the dash, these slide into the back, these slide into holes in the front. So with the radio out, what you need to do is reach up and push up on these to pop up the front, and then this will just hinge up and come right off. You can see why radio has sounded so bad since I got it. Oof. And I put these 2 Custom Autosound Undercover speakers under the seats. They both have a woofer and 2 tweeters, which will dramatically increase the sound performance in the car compared to just the one dash speaker. I received my radio back from MCR Conversions, and I am really pleasantly surprised on how it turned out. See, the whole case has actually been repainted in this hammer tone finish. All the screws that were removed were repainted. The plastic on the front here was cleaned. It's much clearer looking in there. All these have been cleaned and polished. So just the way the case looks is so much nicer. And then you can kind of see inside all the new wires, the new chips in there. And then to make things really easy for the install, you can see that, let me grab it out, the original harness with power for the radio and the light in the radio are still there. Just have to wire the speakers here, and then there's 3 optional pre-outs there, and then USB goes to here with aux input as well, and a microphone. So I'm really excited to get it in the car and try it out. There it is installed, and it looks no different. Still says Mercury along the bottom. You aren't going to get that in any of the aftermarket radios. And has the Conrad emergency warning marks. It's the same original radio, just a little nicer, polished up on the push buttons. Turn it on. I was hoping to put the USB plug-in the ashtray, but because of this, the dash follows along underneath, there was no room to be able to get the ashtray open and closed with that there. It would hit into it. But with the cap on there, it does hide very well. Turn it on. Let's see, it comes on to radio. And now it's just connected to my phone because I have my phone here on Bluetooth. You see the light changed? Here, let me disconnect it just to get the radio going. Ah, there we go. Let's start from there. Okay, radio. Other channel of radio. So now I'd have to tune to this would be AM. You can see the LED changes with which one I'm on. Back to FM. Here is my aux and USB. Plug in a cable here. You always try it right side up first, think it's wrong, flip it back the other way, and then plug it back in. So, here's my phone. Just plugging in the cord. You can see iPhone charging off the 64 Mercury, which I think is pretty cool. Now, plug that. I also have this auxiliary adapter. So, aux adapter to the phone. Let's try that out. There we go. So you turn the dial all the way over to this side, and then it plays off the auxiliary. So if I didn't have it connected Bluetooth, I could just connect this to auxiliary or anything to auxiliary and play it through there. Back to Bluetooth, connect to Aurora Designs, connected, light turns blue. Back to here, and now this is now balance. This is fader. Let's see. You took a left off last lane. Now it gets real nice and loud. I have a nice balance between my dual voice coil speaker up here and the two speakers underneath the seats. It's really rear biased to get more of the power coming out of these. Basically it allows us to kind of all max out at the same time. And the sound is really nice. This is the only real indication that anything is different, and I'm really happy with it.